right?
Oh yeah, I haven't lost it.
Putting babies to sleep.
My dad was welding on a penstock. You know what a penstock is? We had that flour mill when I was a kid. It was water powered. And penstock's what carries the water through the dam to the turbine. And he was welding on the penstock. And there was a flood light that was also plugged into the welder. It fell in the water.
Oh.
And he's like, hey, reach down there and get that. I'm like, are you sure that's going to be all right? Said, oh, yeah. Nope. Yeah, but it was plugged in and I was touching the ground, so when I grabbed that light,
It left you?
oh yeah, I mean, so all the current of the weld
Was it 220?
going through my body. Yeah.
It was 220?
Uh-huh.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was.
I've been hit by 220 before. That doesn't
Yeah.
hurt.
220 would be nasty.
My buddy was
Burned a hole in my palm.
Yeah, I was wearing leather gloves
Mm-hmm.
and I reached into the water and I was holding with this hand, but my buddy still laughs about it because he said it was like a really
Yeah, you can't let go at
No,
220.
you can't.
Ah.
Well, they had to push me or kick me or I don't know.
Break it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you're here still.
Learning
this
about
one is.
energy.
This one, yeah. Speaking of energy, you know,
Good segue.
abundant energy. That is a good segue. Not every day you get to talk
Drink
about
up.
being electrocuted.
And that's another, and like,
Moonshine?
I didn't even think about that until you're telling your story. But,
Yeah.
When you start doing the adjustments.
Yeah, the body's an electrical system, right? We can measure current in the body.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get the light a light bulb with electrodes on your body. Did you ever see that experiment then?
Mhm.
You've seen it with a potato.
We've all seen The Matrix.
You've all seen The Matrix. Yeah, down the hole we go. Okay, so energy. This class was designed for corporate wellness programs. Okay, so Dr. Ashley and I wrote this class so that we could go in to your place of employment and talk about energy. And why did we choose energy? Well, if you've worked somewhere, you know that people lack it. The majority of people are exhausted, tired, and fatigued. They don't know why, and they bring that energy into the office with them. So we said, what can we do for people in their places of employment and their families to help them express themselves more fully? So welcome to the energy class. When you start to feel better, people around you start to feel better. Have you experienced this ever? Yeah. When you get more energy, the people around you get more energy. You've experienced that? Sometimes you have that crazy friend that every time you're around them, you're just like, wow, it's fun to be around them because they have high energy. When you feel better and you act better, you treat people better. And when you treat people better, they act better and they treat other people better. And the whole environment around you changes. And that's how one sour apple can make the whole patch go bad. Or one really vibrant, healthy person can make everyone around them want to get healthy and express themselves. One of the most well-known motivational speakers, he says that if you change your state, you can change your life. And I'm telling you that if you change the way you're breathing, you can change your life. Okay? Breathing is important because if we don't breathe, we what? Die. And the average person can hold their breath for about a minute to a minute and a half. Not too long. So we're constantly needing to get wonderful, rich oxygen into every single cell in our body. Now, I'm going to ask you to play with me, because if we have fun, this will have more meaning. Some guy today told me that I've been doing the breathing exercises and it doesn't seem like they're working. And Deanna heard me. I said, well, how are you doing them? Are you doing them intense? Are you having fun with them? And he said, no. I said, well, that's probably not why it's working, because you're not doing it right. Okay, everyone stand up. Except Deanna, you can stay seated. Take one hand and put it on your stomach. Take another hand and put it on your chest. You got it? One hand on your stomach, one hand on your chest. Everyone take a breath. Okay, now, the goal is to breathe without your top hand moving. So the only thing that should be moving is your stomach. So now, take a breath and only let your stomach move and let your stomach protrude outward really far. If you're breathing properly, your top hand's not moving. Okay? I'm going to do it again. Big breath in and all the way out. feel how your stomach's moving? That's how babies breathe. Babies breathe with their belly. You ever hear a baby laugh? They get going so hard that their stomach is just going up and down.
Big old belly laugh.
Big old belly laugh, right? Most of you in this room spend the majority of your day, if not every single breath of the day, breathing from your chest. Shallow breathing. And the diaphragm's not able to do its job. And when we breathe in oxygen, we need to breathe it out. So the breath out is as important as the breath in, because the breath out cleanses your body. When we breathe out, we release gases. When we breathe in, we exchange oxygen, and then we release other gases. Someone who's not breathing properly is going to get really sick. Okay? Now, we're going to do this together. Everyone get ready. We're going to do it 3 times. Sometimes I like to do it about 10 times when we do this on my own. We'll do it 3 times. Okay? So you're going to breathe in, and when you breathe in, you're going to take the biggest breath you've ever taken in your life, and you're going to hold it for 5 seconds. If you can't hold your breath for 5 seconds, that's fine. All right? But what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in, and we're going to hold it, and then I'm going to start counting. And I want you to at least make it to 10. Okay? And have some fun with this. After I say 10, I want you to breathe out as hard as you can. So hard that you would move a leaf across the room. All right? The harder you breathe out, the more of the toxins you're going to release from your body. You with me? So don't like this. Really breathe out as hard as you can. You with me? All right. Ready? Big breath in, really big. Breathe out with your belly. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe out. Good. Breathe in. 1, 2. Count to yourself. When you get to 10 to 12, breathe out as hard as you can. Troy, you gotta breathe out harder than that. Breathe in. Hold your breath. You can breathe out harder than that.
Oh no, because I'm not stable.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
I know.
I'm just giving you a hard
I
time.
know.
Do it again, everyone. Breathe in. Is anyone feeling anything different happen? Feeling something happen with their head?
Head lighter.
Head's getting lighter. It's the biggest breath you've taken all day. Breathe out. Good. Okay. So, go ahead and have a seat back then. So, Nate, tell me what you were thinking about before we did this exercise.
Electrocution. Directly before.
What were you thinking about before we did this?
Exercise it.
You're thinking about
yoga
it?
exercise.
The reason I ask people this is because when we do this and we do this right, most people can't remember the thought that was going on inside of their head. Like when I asked Nate, I said, what were you thinking about? He was like, he had to think about it.
Yeah, and that might not be accurate. I just went to the last conversation.
So you can't, if you do this right, you cannot remember what you were thinking about. So why is that important for you? Because when you have stress and you have anxiety and you're going through one of those moments where, okay, I'm getting home from work, I pulled into the driveway, you guys can sit down. My day was really stressful. My boss was on me, my staff was on me. You can pull into the driveway and you can do this exercise, and if you do it right and you play hard and you breathe in for real, you can do it right in your truck or your car, and you breathe out and you start breathing in and breathing out and holding your breath. I tell people to do it. If you can do it for 20 seconds, hold your breath for 20 seconds. It'll change your state even more. And you'll do this, and after you do this about 10 times in a row, all of a sudden you're going to go, I'm a completely different person right now. And you'll walk into your house and everything will be different. Before, sometimes you walk into the house after a long day and you walk in and there's just chaos everywhere. And dinner's not ready, the kids are running around, or you walk into the house, it's a mess, the dog's barking in your ear, and you brought your stress into your house. And then you have to have the rest of your day where you're supposed to be calming down, relaxing, resting. If you do this, that will not happen, I promise you. I do it every single day before I go home. Pull into my driveway. It doesn't matter how stressful my day was. You guys know me, my days aren't stressful. But if I have a stressful day, I don't want to take that home to my family, right? And if I do this in my car before I enter the door jamb of my house, everything will be different. Or, if you have a job interview, or you show up to work, and as soon as you show up to work, you're thinking, really don't want to be here today. Gotta get all those different jobs done. You gotta get on this done, get that done. If you do this in your car before you go into the meeting, or you do this in the car before you go into the office, I promise you, you might think I'm crazy, everything will be different. People will look at you different, they'll greet you differently, and your whole day will be off to a different start. So the first key and first trick or secret to getting more energy is breathing. We have to breathe. And I promise you, or I tell you, that most of you in this room didn't take a deep breath today until we did this exercise. Breathing gives you life. Breathe like a baby. And babies don't have many cares right now. Look at that baby behind you. She's out. But if you ever watch her breathe, her stomach moves the whole time she's breathing. Big breaths. Okay? On my stress machine, you guys have done the test where we monitor your heart rate, skin temperature, and the amount of physiological stress you have in your body. You've done it. Cece, I don't know that we've done it with you yet.
So, no.
John, you did it. John didn't do it.
Mm-mm.
If you do a breathing exercise before you get on that machine, it'll change. Okay? Number 2, hydration. Water.
Water.
This is a key to have more energy. And this is a shame that I have to talk about water, because we live in a place, Bend, Oregon, place in this world that has probably some of the best water on planet Earth. And most all people in this town are dehydrated. This is dry here.
Mm-hmm.
I have some family visiting from out of town, and this we say, wow, it's really dry here. I'm thirsty the whole time I'm here. It's really dry here. Okay? Does anyone know who Dean Kamen is? Does anyone know what a Segway is?
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
What is that? What's a Segway?
What is it?
There's two. Well, it's either the weird, like, motorized two-wheel
Yeah.
bike.
It's a
Or-
thing you stand on and drive around on?
Isn't a Segway also like a bridge between two
Yes.
different conversations?
Yeah.
That is a Segway too.
That's what I thought.
That's interesting. You thought of that. Dean Kamen is the guy who designed that thing that you stand on. It has 2 wheels and you drive.
Mhm.
Police officers now driving them sometimes.
Mm.
They have them in Bend. You can take tour Bend, pay a bunch of money, and drive around in a Segway. He's a designer of the Segway. Okay, he also has designed a lot of other really fascinating inventions that are saving millions of lives around the world. And he says that 1 billion people, 1/6 of the world, doesn't have fresh, clean water. And we live in a place where we can turn on the spigot and get the best water on planet Earth. So dehydration is a major, major problem. And if you don't have proper hydration of all the cells of your body, and all of the cells of your body don't have proper oxygenation, you're going to feel tired, exhausted, and fatigued all day, every day. 65% of our body is made up of water. Isn't that amazing? 65% of you is made up of water. It's the one thing, aside from oxygen, that we need a lot of. All right. Now, the trick is, how do we know if we're dehydrated? You guys know? How much water are we supposed to drink a day?
Half your body weight.
Good. I'm going to make it even more simple for you. Because sometimes people go in this thing, they go, well, how much is this? How do I know? How do I monitor? Right? What do I need a water bottle? So, half your body weight is the correct answer. Okay, so half your body weight. Take your body, divide it in half. That's how many ounces of water you should be drinking a day.
And that's resting, right?
Ounces,
That's
okay.
resting.
Yeah, that's not if you're outside sweating and running around. That's just on an average day where you're not outside sweating and burning energy off. Okay? Half your body weight in ounces of water. But I make it even more simple for you. Okay? When you go to the bathroom and you urinate, if your urine is not clear and colorless, you're dehydrated. Unless you're taking supplements that'll change your colors. So every time you urinate, it should be clear and colorless. If it is, you're hydrated. If it has any color to it, you're starting to dehydrate. Interesting.
That's not coffee or tea.
So, when I tell you should drink water, I mean you really should drink clear, colorless water. The reason is because coffee and tea, some of these have herbs in them. Coffee, of course, is the diuretic. It dehydrates you. Some teas do the same thing. So you really need to be getting enough clear, colorless water to make your urine turn clear. You guys have drank alcohol before, right? You can drink a ton of alcohol and wake up like a shriveled up sponge. I like to use an onion analogy. What happens when you cut an onion in half and leave it out on the counter?
Starts to dry out.
It dries out and shrivels up. That's my reminder to drink water. Go home, cut an onion in half, and put it on your windowsill. Quite interesting. So water, really, really important. That's 2. Here's number 3, exercise. My wife says this, we're not plants. We don't have roots that go into the ground. We're supposed to move. However, most of us spend the majority of our day not moving. Would you agree? So, exercise. And this is the one that really stumps a lot of people, because people say, I don't have what? Time. And if they don't have time, they don't have energy, or they don't feel good. And people always say, how am I going to exercise if I'm tired, exhausted, and fatigued? Or, I think it's a miracle that I even made it for my adjustment today, because I don't have time to do anything for myself, let alone exercise. Okay? You've heard this before. Exercise is so critical, because when we exercise, we breathe more, and when we exercise, we drink more water, and when we move, we stimulate our brain. So the most vital nutrient for your brain, can you guys guess what it is?
Exercise.
Movement. Movement is now known as the most vital nutrient for your brain. It's what keeps your brain functioning. If you don't move, your brain starts to die. Olympic athletes know this, because if they take a week off of training, their body starts to atrophy, and they already get out of the mental state of where they were. They could have been exercising daily for a year. If they take a week off, it completely changes their chemistry in their body. Movement gives us life. All right. Now, there's 2 different types of exercise. And some people are going to be, you're going to say, well, I don't want to go to the gym and work out for 30 minutes a week and sweat and do this intense exercise. So there's anaerobic exercise and there's aerobic exercise. The type that gives you more energy is called aerobic exercise. All right? Aerobic exercise is when your body is moving and you're consuming oxygen, but the oxygen supply is not exceeded. So you can go for a jog and breathe and talk. I'm breathing, I'm moving, and I'm still having a conversation with you. If I started sprinting really fast, would I be able to have a conversation with you? No, because my body is demanding more oxygen than is available. Make sense? Anaerobic exercise is like sprinting or burst exercise, where you get going so fast. You see these people at the gym on the treadmill, running, sweating all over the place. Your body is requiring more oxygen than is available, and you breathe really heavy. And that type of exercise produces lactic acid. And you guys know that lactic acid is what gets into your muscles and builds up and makes you sore after you exercise. Aerobic exercise requires oxygen, but there's plenty of oxygen available, so I can still have a conversation. That type of exercise, if done for 20 to 30 minutes a day, actually kicks your body into fat burning mode. That's pretty cool, that you can do a light jog, have a conversation with someone, and get your body into fat burning mode. Because burst sprinting and high intensity and crushing weights, that actually requires glucose or sugar for the body to go through those motions. All right? So, exercise, you don't have to kill yourself. You don't have to exhaust yourself. We're trying to get more energy, not less. Burst sprinting exercise requires lots of energy. Aerobic jogging exercise doesn't require the use of much energy, but it kicks energy, gets your brain working, and it stimulates fat burning in your body. Cool? So the type of exercise that you think is necessary really isn't. It's just moving and getting out there. So here's my tip for you. All right, and I do this. So if I don't need to do this crazy exercise to make me sore, and I can go to the gym or I can go for a walk and I can have a conversation, why don't I do that? So I can take my phone, call someone who I haven't talked to in a day. You know, days turn to weeks, weeks turn to months, and months turn to what?
Years.
Years. I can call someone on my phone and do this. walk out my door at 6 in the morning, go for a, nice easy jog, and I can call someone and have a conversation up with them. I did this with my grandpa. I said, hey, sorry I haven't called you in 6 months. I'm thinking about you, and I'm getting some exercise, and I thought it'd be nice to check in with you. Pretty cool, huh? And you can turn in that not having 20 minutes a day to do something for yourself into building up someone else, really. And that's a cool thing. You get where I'm going at this? And remember what I said. If you feel and act one way, the people around you feel and act the same way. And when you treat people good and you build them up, they treat you good and build you up. And then the whole dynamic of your life changes. All because you brought more energy to the plate. Wouldn't it be cool if you went to work and everyone was doing this? Or you went home and your spouse was doing this, and it just changed your whole life. I promise you. Okay? Something else that I thought was pretty cool, I'm trying to get creative with people who say, gosh, I just don't have time to exercise. I go, okay. So you have Netflix, right? Everyone has Netflix. Say, you have Netflix? YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube.
Everybody has YouTube. See, I got you. You can go to the gym, and you can have your cell phone, and you can get on a treadmill and do some aerobic motion exercise, and now you have a good excuse to watch the whole season of Game of Thrones in 3 weeks. Right? Because you can do something for yourself, and you can get healthy at the same time, but anything that gets you into that state is what's going to help you win. All right, now before we go to the last one here, I want everyone to just take a moment and think how unequivocally your health must be the most important asset in your life. Because if you don't have your health, you virtually or literally have nothing. And I experience this in my office, where people who have everything show up here. I mean everything. Drive the fanciest cars, have the biggest houses, show up here, and none of that matters if you don't have health. If you can't get out and do the things that you like to do, it doesn't matter what you got at home. If you can't bend down and pick up the grandkids, it doesn't matter how much stuff you have if you can't commit or you don't have the ability to do those things with them, your health. And I remind this to people because if you make health your most important asset, we can help you with anything. It's a fact. I've seen it happen. People who aren't willing to make their health an important asset can get a little tough. I know you guys think like this because you're here. But I know when you go to work tomorrow or you go home or you hang out with your friends, their health might not be the most important asset. And it gets tough to have conversations with those people when you just want to help them so bad. You want to teach them one thing. Let me show you this breathing exercise. Hey, did you have enough water today? Hey, when's the last time you exercised? And they go, I can't do that. This, that, and the other thing. And you go, gosh, all you gotta do is make one small change and it can impact everything. The last thing, which, well, this is pretty darn important, your mental choice. There's one person who's responsible for themselves, and it's you. And you're responsible for every thought and action that you have. Every negative thought you have comes from you. Every positive thought you have comes from you. Agreed? If we acknowledge and understand that we're responsible for every single aspect of our life, healing gets a lot faster and easier. When we take responsibility for ourselves and our health, everything else becomes a lot easier. Mental choice changed my life because the model of health that I had been taught quit working for me. And when I made an active decision in my head that there has to be other answers to living the way that I'm designed to live, everything changed for me. When I started saying, I do this for a reason because I want these results, and when I don't do this stuff, I don't get the results I want, changed. Right? 90% of the thoughts that you have today are the same thoughts that you had when? Yesterday. 90% of every single thing that went through your head today was the same thing that went through your head yesterday. If you're the average person, that creates a problem in your life. Because you go, how am I supposed to evolve? How am I supposed to get healthy? How am I supposed to form relationships? And my response to that would be, insanity is described as doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. It's the same thing for health. It's the same thing for energy. People are tired, they're exhausted, and they're fatigued. And they want to feel better. They don't know how. And they haven't made up in their mind that they're ready, willing, and able to do something about it. Last week at class, I said, this is an opportunity to volley ideas back and forth. Did anyone hear last week? It's like a beach ball. We throw the beach ball up in the air and we bounce it back and forth. And we keep it up in the air. And we bounce ideas around and we all grow together. And I said, don't be the person who shoots it down. Because everyone has a right to an opinion. And when you have an opinion about something and there's some truth behind it, that's when the magic happens. Okay? So having the capacity and the right to control your destiny is a gift. And acknowledging it will set you free from all of these things we talked about. And the only thing left to do is then share it with someone. Okay? I told you I designed this for corporate wellness talks. Invite me into your place. Let me talk to some people about it. Invite me to your book club. Invite me to your whatever. Because people need to know that they have the ability to do this and change. I think of a world where we hang out with people who build us up, not people who break us down. And that's what we've created here in Pangea. This is a space where we build each other up. Energy is an aspect of everyone's life that we all want more of. Everyone wants more energy. Just started some people on a new cleanse and new diet. After 10 days, the one woman called me and she goes, I cannot believe how much energy I have. I didn't think it was possible that I could have this much energy. And I said, it's just because you stopped eating crap. She goes, I never would have known unless I came to that one talk. I said, now you have to tell people that you care about who want more energy and treat other people negatively. Now you can treat people better because you have more energy and you can share with them and you can teach them what you now know. Okay? The second part of this talk is we talk about fats, we talk about foods, we talk about pH, and we talk about how your brain is controlling your body. Those are the 8 magic steps to getting more energy. I racked my brain for months designing this class. And I'm sure there's a bunch of other things that can build energy in your life. But we make this so simple for you so that you can leave here. And here's your 10-day challenge. Okay? Every day, you're going to wake up and you're going to start breathing. And you're going to start breathing with your belly. It's called diaphragmatic breathing. Anytime you get stressed, get anxiety, or get yourself in a situation that makes you feel uncomfortable or nervous, you're going to take a time out and you're going to do the breathing exercise. And remember, you have to breathe in as big as you can, you have to hold for 10 to 20 seconds, and you have to blow out as hard as you possibly can. When you do this in your car, you look yourself in the mirror, you'll probably start laughing too. That's how you know you've done it right. For 10 days every day, you're going to breathe right. Do it 3 or 4 times a day. And see what happens when you do that before you encounter that awkward situation. You're going to drink water. Your urine is going to be colorless and clear. If you don't want to monitor half your body weight analysis, just drink it. Just drink until your urine is clear and colorless. You're going to exercise every day for 20 minutes. And if you feel like you can't find time to do that, put your phone in your pocket and dial someone's number who you haven't talked to in a long time. And just say, hey, I'm out doing this exercise thing that some crazy chiropractor taught me, and your face popped into my head and I want to check and see how you're doing. Their day is going to be a lot better when you do that. And if they don't answer, leave them a voicemail and say, hey, I know I haven't talked to you in a long time. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and I thought about you and I want to call and tell you that I love you and I miss you. Hope things are going well. Your day is going to be a lot better for that too. 20 minutes. If you can't jog, 50% of people, while they're in bed, look at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That's crazy. Wow. And the other people check their email, do things like that. It's a very small percent of people that do anything productive first thing in the morning. So wake up first thing in the morning and write down some different thoughts that you want to have for the day. Or write down what we do in our office is everything we're grateful for. When I hit snooze on my alarm clock, I know that I have 9 minutes before the radio turns back on again. As I lay there, dozing back off to sleep, I start listing the things I'm grateful for. So I usually get to, 10 or 15 things I'm grateful for, and then I'm out and I fall back asleep. But it's starting my day right. It's changing my mental state. Okay? So that's your drill.
Cool.
Cool?
I like
You guys remember what they are?
No.
Let's do
Drink
it one
and be
more time.
happy.
Breathe.
breathing,
Breathe every day.
Water.
Water every day.
exercise,
Exercise for 20 minutes a day.
change your mental
Change your mental state. And do that drill in the morning. Before you do anything else. Before you even go to the bathroom.
I have to let my dog out.
A lot can happen between waking up and going to the bathroom.